Hi, this is Paul. I want to do a video. This is because I saw a title somebody wrote, I think on YouTube, saying how wokeness killed Hollywood. Okay, which I think is a totally disingenuous title to anything. And I know exactly what they're going to complain about, what they're going to whine about, saying anytime you add people of color or something into a woman in prominent roles in a movie, it's wokeness. And people totally misuse that term because wokeness is supposed to be being awake and being aware of and worrying about your historical surroundings and stuff. It's not about adding diversity to anything. People misuse the term, and anytime, like I said, you put any black people in a prominent role or a woman in a prominent role, then these people whine and bitch and complain about it. That's what they do, and that's all they do it for. Like I said, Ron DeSantis has made a career out of calling everything woke that he doesn't like. Okay, teaching history is not being woke. Okay, that's not woke at all. But he's going to use that term because he thinks it's going to get him elected, but it's not going to get him elected. Okay, not really. Okay, but the thing is, like I said, you have these people that make these people at YouTube channels that complain about everything and call everything woke. And like I said, if especially say the character of Miles Morales, who came out and people look generally like uh, the Spider-Verse movies, but I guarantee you, okay, if Miles Morales were to come out now, like say if he wasn't created back when he was created all those years ago, if he came out now, I guarantee you people would call Miles Morales woke. They would say, "Oh, you're trying to imitate Spider-Man. You're trying to take the place of Peter Parker," which is what people did say back then, but they didn't call it wokeness when they said it. Okay, but because there was a general backlash from some fans about Miles Morales being created, even though it didn't take away from Peter Parker. Peter Parker was still around and everything else, but people still, people did complain about it. And like I said, it's a popular character now because of the animation style and the character. But I guarantee you, if Miles Morales was created back when the Spider-Verse movie came out, if he didn't exist, and then they just decided to create him, right now people would call him woke. They would say, "Oh, Hollywood's trying to be woke. Oh, they're trying to replace Peter Parker. Okay, we already got his people saying, not my Spider-Man." They would say, I guarantee you, people would say, "Oh, it's not my Spider-Man." They probably do a hashtag, "not my Spider-Man." I guarantee you they say that. Anytime you try to add any bit of diversity in any movie, they call you woke, and they call it woke. Okay, like I said, they got YouTube channels with people calling everything woke. They say Disney's gone woke. They complain about anytime you try to add a character of color into anything, they call it woke. That's just to me. I call them the woke police. I've done videos on this channel about the woke police. They complain and bitch about anything that's not the traditional what it is. They call it woke. Okay, and I still remember what John Campea said about if you don't like the current iteration of something, and you still have the old one to fall back on. So why people get all butthurt and bent out of shape because they like to complain about things. People love to whine and bitch and complain about things. I'm a big fan of Hollywood. Always loved movies since I was a young kid. I've always loved movies and stuff. Uh, and it took me a while to realize this because I just love movies for what they were. Just movies. I just loved all the Hollywood movies and stuff because the stories were interesting and I liked the actors that were in them. And it took me a while to when I grew up, and then I said, I wanted to see people that look like me in movies. I said that would be a nice thing to see. Okay, I didn't really have a conscious mind to think about it until I got older and I started thinking more deeply about the world and stuff and the world that's surrounding me. And I said, you know what, it would be nice to see a black actor in a lead part and stuff, or a black actor. We had guys here and there, like I think Sidney Poitier was probably the only young black actor that could do dramatic parts. But Sidney Poitier was such a good actor. He did comedic parts, did for the most, serious roles and stuff. And it was nice, but he was like one out of how many thousands of actors in Hollywood. And so anytime you saw him, it was special. But I did want, as I grew up and got more wise about the world, I wanted to see more actors of color and stuff. And as we see that, growing, as you grow older, you wanted to see the actors, people that look like you in starring roles on TV and film and stuff, and on Broadway and all that stuff. You want to see actors that reflect you. And I know you get this pushback against people say, "Oh, oh, we're replacing like we're replacing the general normal white actor in a role, which is hardly the case. Okay, so but again, anytime you add any bit of color into a movie, it's a token hire or it's a diversity hire. You're trying to change, and people whine and bitch and complain about it. They just live to complain about it. They look at anything and anything that's anything little different. Okay, you add a little bit of color in it. It's a diversity. It's woke. All of a sudden, it's woke. Okay, it's woke. Stay away from that. It's woke. And like I said, a lot of people accuse Disney of it. Okay, anytime, like I said, any movie you add a black character in there, all of a sudden people look for reasons to call it woke. Okay, and you get these people that they make a living out of whining and bitching and complaining about things being woke. Okay, that's what they do. Oh, see, like I said, I saw that title say, "Oh, how Hollywood, how wokeness killed Hollywood," which is a total joke. Okay, which is a complete joke. Because I guarantee you, if you look up the number of films in Hollywood that have lead male actors that are white in movies, it's still overwhelmingly white. So why they would whine and bitch anytime you try to add the different characters, in the movie? And I don't blame, because listen, Hollywood is a money making thing. First of all, they try to maximize their profits. That's their main goal, to try to make movies that will make money. Okay, by trying to add different people in it. Okay, and like even the Flash TV show, when the Flash TV show came on and they had the character, they cast the actress as Iris, it's Iris West. Of course, in the comics, traditionally she was white because that's back when it was Flash. The character was created. There were white men, that created it. So they wrote stuff that reflected their reality. So that's why. So when they did the TV show and they decided to cast a young black actress as Iris West, people did bitch back then. Okay, they didn't have the term woke back then, but I guarantee you, if that Flash was created back then, or this TV show came out now or something, that people would call it woke. They would no doubt call it woke. Oh, they're trying to change the way the comic book was. It's woke. They're trying to make it woke, even though they're trying to give a young black actress a prominent role on a TV show. It doesn't take away from the TV show. It doesn't take away from the creative aspect of it. But people like to bitch and whine and call things woke, because that's people actually have a cottage industry on whining and bitching about it. They actually their YouTube channels just are completely like Hills. I think Clownfish TV, Hills versus Babyface. Unfortunately, Tyrone Magnus has fallen into this. He calls everything woke. He follows a trend and calls everything woke. You even have the Hodge twins, who used to be just a comedy channel and stuff, and now they've gone conservative on their channel and stuff, and now they make a cottage industry, and let's face it, the Hodge twins are just grifters. Okay, that's completely what they are. Okay, they just change as they adapt to as they go along to try to get along. Okay, exactly. So you don't even know if they really believe what they say. They just did that. I think they did it basically, again, just another grift on their end, just to try to continue to make money. Okay, and it's sad, really, when you get these people that whine and bitch and complain about things being woke, which is really, really ridiculous, in my opinion, to call everything woke. Okay, which is completely unnecessary. Okay, it doesn't hurt movies to add people of color, or have the movies reflect the world around people around us right now. Okay, the world doesn't exist with only white men in it. You can add different shades of people in different movies and stuff, and that won't take away any. I think one of the best movies that I've ever seen was the Joy Luck Club, about I think about a Chinese family, through the generations and stuff. I think I saw that on like a cable channel years ago when it first came out, and and of course I'm not Chinese and stuff, but it's a story about a family, okay, and the good thing about the story, you had good actors in the movie, and you got to see a family that didn't look like me, okay, a family that hardly gets representation in the movie, but it was such a good movie, just really, I think one of the best movies I've ever seen, The Joy Luck Club. I think that was based on a book, but just a fantastic movie. But again, it was a movie that didn't have white men in it, okay, and I have nothing against white men, okay, by saying that. I'm just using them as an example of actors that traditionally starred in movies. Okay, that's what the majority of the United States is. So, of course, and they ran the movie industry. So, of course, they hired people that reflect their reality. So when people start adding different different representations in movies, I think that's a good thing. I think that doesn't hurt movies. I think that's a good thing. Okay, and just got through seeing Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Okay, and of course Harrison Ford, who's one of my favorite actors, got to see that, and it had a female co-lead in the movie. I know a lot of people are not liking her because they think the character is too abrasive and stuff, and I think the character is annoying, and I can see it, but she didn't bother me as much watching the movie. But I don't think there's anything wrong with having a female co-lead in the movie as a movie in itself. Nothing wrong with that to me. Just a different, you get to see, you give an actress a shot at being in a major movie. Okay, and I think that's a good thing when you get to see different people getting different chances. I think that's a good thing in Hollywood. I think diversity doesn't hurt anything. Okay, and people try to tell you, oh, diversity hurt things, and it's, oh, you're trying to replace people and all this stuff. That's not the case. And there's nothing wrong with a little diversity in movies. Okay, to see different experiences on screen. Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, and like I said, when I saw the the Star Wars movie episode, I'm sorry, that's 6. It's 4, 5, 6, episode 7. Not the Phantom Menace. The one with John Boyega, the first movie. I was happy to see that as a black man, you got to see a black actor in Star Wars. Besides Billy D. Williams back in the day, you got to see a black actor, John Boyega, be a lead in a Star Wars movie. And I was so happy to see that. And of course, I got disappointed by the second and third movies, of course, because his role was greatly reduced and stuff. Even they missed out on the great chemistry he had with Daisy Ridley. Okay, but I was happy to see that movie because I got to see a young black actor have a starring role in a Star Wars movie. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. But of course, they ruined the second and third movies with him in it. But I thought it was a good thing to actually have that. They didn't take away my enjoyment from watching the movie and stuff. And I think originally the role was written for a white person, but I think he got hired because they liked his audition for the movie. So I don't think diversity hurts anything. But you got, again, like I said, you have people that will whine and bitch and complain about anything that's outside their normal. Okay, anything outside their new normal, they bitch and complain about. Okay, so it is what it is in my opinion. But to me, wokeness hasn't killed Hollywood. Trust me, it hasn't. Okay, people who bitch and whine, they will continue to whine and bitch. People just want something to whine and bitch and complain about, and they misuse the term woke anyway to begin with. Okay, they use it as a negative, and besides, you have anything that's a little different from the norm, they call it woke. Okay, movies gone woke. TV shows gone woke. Again, it's just, to me, it's just a disingenuous term that they use to knock anytime you have anything different beyond the norm, which is, to me, is totally ridiculous. But anyway, that's my opinion. Anyway, let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. I have links to my social media in the description box, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I also have a link to my main channel, Trepacer, in the description box as well. Also have a link down below to my Patreon, which is only $5 a month. Tons of content on there, tons of unedited content on there. I got everything from DC TV shows, to Marvel TV shows, to Star Wars TV shows, to movies, to The Boys Season 3. Follow the link below the Patreon, check it out. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Paul saying so long and take care.